All right, you guys, this is an impromptu video. We were gonna actually, I gotta just say to my audience, like, if you heard weird noises, my dog is cleaning his private parts right now, and I'm just not gonna stop him. And
Yeah,
This stuff is as well.
my puppies are right here. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. We're not mainstream media. We're just three chicks, normal chicks, I think. I think after the activities of this week, we've realized just how sane we all really are because we're having normal human responses to what's going on in the world. And I just want to make an announcement too to my channel because I don't know when I'm going to actually put this up because of editing and stuff. But all of my scheduling after Wednesday, was it Wednesday that Charlie Kirk, when it happened, was Wednesday?
yeah, it was on Wednesday.
So all of the scheduling, I filmed you with you, Paula, with Jason, and we did address it. And I did a video with Catherine and Todd and we addressed it. But all the other scheduling I had scheduled, I've rescheduled. Just because I'm supposed to be doing, so next week we're going to have a video here from midnight, our Midwest Night Watchers, that we rescheduled because it just felt, we were texting, I know they canceled their show on Wednesday night because it just felt inappropriate to do like an urban legend show when the world is kind of mourning right now. And so I do also have an episode I filmed with Hillis that I was going to put up that Wednesday, but when it happened, first of all, I was in shock, so I wasn't even thinking about uploading anything. And then second of all, I'm just going to wait a little bit just to give respect to what's going on right now in the world. And of course, again, this is impromptu, guys. We were going to do a video about Reiki with our friend Jennifer, but again, I feel like this is more important right now because we're human beings and Reiki is energy, and this is an energetic response to what's happening in a very human way. And so I have some videos pulled up that we can look at. But before we get into that, first of all, how are you ladies doing? I know we've been chit-chatting, but how are y'all doing?
Okay. Just going through the motions, still kind of shocked over everything that's happened. I think I'm really shocked with everyone's response, like the negative. I guess I shouldn't be I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked, if that makes sense.
I'm sad. I'm sad I'm not shocked.
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously I'm Australian, I'm not an American, but it's really hit hard for me too. Just to hear about this, I've actually been quite emotional about it. It's just so sad, like, and it's so shocking because, I mean, you know, the situation, not that we are expecting it to happen to a politician, it's not like that, but it's just when it's happened to somebody like that, that is just trying to have conversations with people, just trying to get out there and conversate in a very healthy way without aggression, being very respectful, and to have that happen, it's been a real shock. And to see that he was so young and he had a young family, and happening where it happened as well, at the university in front of young students. I mean, I just can't even imagine what all of them are going through. This is like such a traumatic experience for every single one of them that were there. So yeah, it's just, and like some people have said, and we've discussed as well, Bryce, that this just hits differently. It feels different this time.
Really feels different.
And the lead up as well, I think, with the other things that had happened as well.
And of course, we have to watch our words, guys, on YouTube, but it's all the throat, the removal of life through the throat, through this or this, which to me, my boyfriend brought that up. This seems like a massive ritual to silence people because it's the throat. I don't know, but he makes a really good point. We know that Charlie did have a vest on. I can't say the B word, but a vest on, that he would wear a vest under his shirt whenever he would do these speaking engagements. And I was telling you, Paula, Alicia, you know this because we are Americans. We do have our Second Amendment right. So we're used to this in America where we go to these public events, you get a ticket and you go through security. You get patted down, they scan you. We know that he had a lot of security around. Robbie, that's so gross and loud, cleaning his private parts. Boys will be boys, right? Doesn't matter what species. That tallywhacker is always the most important thing, right? But we had like barriers up, and so we see that they were taking care of security. So where it happened to him, I think it's critical thinking skills here. That was a sniper.
Absolutely.
That was not just
There
some.
was no way.
No way. No way he would have hit it right in that.
Precision.
To
Yeah.
have that like precise.
Mhm.
No, I don't.
No, that was not some kid that just, somebody that's not trained can use one of the pews, but isn't totally trained like that. They would be aiming for the vital organs, but he had a vest on. So, and I think that people might not have known when I heard he had a vest on, that was like logical to me. I was like, oh yeah, obviously. They probably all do when they go, these like the Candace Owens, the Officer Date, like they probably all wear some sort of a, because we're at this point, and that's what I want to say too. Like, we see all these people. Well, we've got two sets of psychopaths here. We've got the ones celebrating, and then we've got the truthers who think he's actually alive.
I saw that.
And I just want to remind the truthers who are in that psychosis that you've lost your humanity if you think that.
Yeah, there's.
Why white hats? If this was all faked, why would the white hats then traumatize a ton of 18 and 19-year-olds?
And his family, his children.
Yeah, and with his children being there. I mean,
right. Why would they do? No.
I mean, get your humanity back. Get off of Telegram. Go touch the grass.
Yeah.
Get off all social media. Have a nice detox. That was very nice.
Yes.
You have a nice detox.
I have been trying not to open up too much because I don't want to see the video. As my boyfriend said, I was washing dishes and he was sitting on the sofa, and it's going to be one of those moments like when, like, this is the MLK Jr. of our generation. And I know people are going to be triggered by me saying that. If you're triggered by me saying that because these men were of two different races, then that's your problem. You're the problem, not us.
They had messages.
And had messages of freedom, of liberty. Both of these men were Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
Do your research. Oh, no, people are like, no, MLK. No, he was a Republican. Research it. The King family in Atlanta, where I live, are still Republicans, right? So anyway, but I know for most of our audience, I'm preaching to the choir about that. But this is literally the MLK of our generation, and I want to bring up, people made a really good point. Charlie wasn't a politician. He wasn't writing laws. All he was doing was talking. That's all he was doing. Was engaging in debate on college campuses, which is where debate should happen.
Exactly.
Institutes of learning. And I want to ask you, Alicia, because you're married to a woman. I was telling Paula this morning before you signed in, I did not agree with every belief that Charlie Kirk had.
Yeah, same.
He was very religious, but for the most part, I really liked him. Maybe a lot of our core morals were the same, like as far as like freedom, liberty, backing the Constitution, that I think we all agreed with him on. But some of his religious views, I was not a fan of. But I still really liked him. And the reason why I really liked him is because he was always super respectful. He never,
Absolutely.
and I was telling Paula, there was a clip that popped up, and I'm paraphrasing it, you guys. It's not exactly, but this is basically what happened. He was at a college campus, and this young boy walks up to the microphone, and he says, "I'm a gay conservative. Can you give me like pointers on how to live in the world as a gay conservative?" And Charlie said to him, I can't remember, again, this is me paraphrasing. He said, "My religious beliefs, obviously I don't agree with your lifestyle because of my religious beliefs. However, I want you to know," God, it makes me emotional. "You don't need to lead your message with the word gay, because it doesn't matter what your sexuality is. You are a complete person on your own. You're just a conservative." And he goes, "I'm sure you're here at this campus studying something. You're going to be a professional. So do not lead. You're a complete person. Your sexuality is just a small part of that." And
that just shows his level of maturity and compassion that he has.
Exactly.
That was so, and that's why I got emotional. I have a lot of gay friends, and I've heard one of my gay friends speak about that he didn't like being labeled like he's just a human being, like, straight people. I don't walk up to a microphone and say, "Hi, I'm a straight Republican."
Right. Exactly.
That would be stupid, wouldn't it? Like, who would care? This is just me. I'm just Bryce. And so, Alicia, as somebody who is married to a woman, hearing that paraphrase stories, how does that make you feel about Charlie?
I loved him, even though like I have a different view. I believe, I believe in God, but I also believe that God does not care if you're gay, and that it's just. But again, that all comes down to. I also believe that religion has been kind of taken over. So, I even though he felt that way, all of his other messages did. Like, I understood everything that he was trying to say. And even though he was confused, and that what I feel like that one message, that it didn't
stop him from loving people.
No, he was pure, 100% pure and he just spoke how he was. And I love that about him so very much.
I mean, with that young boy, instead of chastising him, he acknowledged, I know my religious beliefs are this, right, but I'm telling you, you're a complete human. You're not, there's nothing wrong.
You're the same. You're just like me.
And do not go around the world leading with your sexuality. There's more to you than just that. You have more to offer the world than what happens behind closed doors. And it's true, because straight people don't go around leading with that.
No.
Exactly. And just imagine if every child in every school was taught that you are a complete whole human, no matter what your external circumstances are.
Yeah.
Like, what a beautiful message to share with people.
There was one really awesome video someone showed where it was a father and a son. The son was covered in tattoos, like piercings. And you would think the son was the liberal one and the father was the conservative one, but it was flipped. The father was the liberal and this like punk rock guy was like super conservative. And the guy came with his dad to the mic to ask Charlie Kirk. He was like, my father and I love my dad, but we have very different political beliefs. I'm a conservative and he's a liberal. And so Charlie starts speaking to both of them and very respectful. And he asks his father. His father goes, I don't know how he got this is not how he was raised. And Charlie said, well, that's the problem. You don't know. Have you actually talked to your son and asked him why his beliefs have changed from how he was raised? If you don't know why your son's a conservative, then there we found the first problem. You're not you're not willing to listen to your son. Mm-hmm. So that's the first step. And then he looked at the son and he said, now what I need you to do is to understand your father comes from a different generation. And what your father sees, you guys, I think, are probably pretty similar, but you're seeing them through the lens of your own generation. And just the way he was able to mitigate that and say, okay, at the core, you guys probably have very similar morals. So it's just your generation of what's going on. That there's, and so he didn't chastise the father for being a liberal. He didn't chastise, and I think that's why so many people respected him. Because even though he was strong in his opinions, he did not
enforce them on people. Exactly. And that is a huge problem that we find in various different areas of religions and in the Trufa community and everywhere else, is just this enforcing is that my belief is 100% correct and you're wrong if you don't believe this way, and then enforcing it. I just love that he was able to do that. Despite his religious beliefs, he was still able to respect people and treat them the same way without making them feel stupid or dumb for believing whatever they believed. It's rare in this world, don't you think? And it's a shame that it's rare, but I just really hope that what has happened is really going to inspire people. I mean, of course, as we know, there are some people that have been very vocal about the happiness that they're feeling about this situation, which I struggle to understand, because I kind of think, well, where's your compassion? But I just kind of really hope that this is going to stir something in people, and it's going to start making people think about things and, want to communicate better and use him as kind of as an example to live up to.
Well, as they say, I don't know if you've seen Alicia here, they took one Charlie out, but a million Charlies just popped up.
Oh, yeah. I feel like so many people they're not going to be quiet about this. No, they're going, I think people who were silenced before, and I've seen this, from just a few people who I felt were kind of on the fence before have just been kind of pushed all the way over. And they're making like posts about, just unfriend me. They're also, like myself and my wife, they're gay. And so I don't know. I'm trying to stay away from social media because the videos that I had seen, because I did see the video, one was sent to me. At first, when I saw it, I did not believe that it was real. And then I saw another one and
they got a close up. And y'all, that's the thing too. Like my boyfriend saw it, and I know I kind of stopped that, but people are seeing this video. I love someone said, I didn't give consent to see this video. The way they cut it, you're just scrolling, and before you even realize what you're seeing,
it's there.
And my boyfriend is 53 years old. He's had, he's seen a lot in his life. I was doing the dishes, and he was sitting on the sofa, and he was scrolling on his phone. All of a sudden, he threw his phone down. He goes, "Oh my God, oh my God!" And he threw the phone down. And it took me a while. I was like, "What? What?" I was panicking. What? For him to actually say what he just saw, because the color just drained from his face. He goes, "I can't unsee that. I can't unsee that." And I've seen so many people say, my brain chemistry is altered now. I did not choose. And why is it? Why is it that they can put warnings on all of our posts for simply saying we believe in freedom of speech?
Exactly.
But they can't take this video down or put a warning up? Like, this is mass trauma. This is mass group trauma.
I mean, my girl's school had to send out an email today warning parents to keep their kids off social media because this video is being shared and they don't want your children to be accidentally opening it and seeing something that they can't unsee at their young age. I mean,
exactly.
So Todd's brain, he's 53. His brain's been developed.
Yeah.
I don't know if men's brains are ever fully developed, but but to have like a 15, 16-year-old kid who doesn't have a fully developed brain,
even younger than that, like 12, 13, 14 years of age, it's insane.
It's insane.
And it's scary.
And you were saying, Paula, and I read this too, that his little daughter, who's like 3 maybe,
I just can't believe that.
when the sound went off, and I have to be careful about words, guys, when this pew pew went off, it was so loud. I don't know if you have heard, they're loud. She got so scared of the sound, she just instinctively started running towards her dad.
Yeah.
The security had to like catch her before she got there.
I can't even fathom that.
The level of evil. And I was saying that, have you seen this, Alicia? I showed it to Paula earlier. Have you seen this video, Alicia?
I don't think I have.
So I didn't know who this guy was until this video went viral. His name is Dean Withers. So I'm just going to read you. Dean Withers cries after learning that Charlie Kirk, I'm going to get emotional, Charlie Kirk is dead. Left-wing influencer Dean Withers cries on stream, on a live stream. He broke down hearing that right-wing activist Charlie Kirk was fatally in Utah, at Utah Valley University. Their online rivalry was well known. Withers later addressed the criticism he received for. So this was Charlie Kirk's greatest like nemesis, right? They would debate all the time. He was the left-wing Charlie Kirk. And I'm just going to play. Let me start from the beginning. Let's see if we can start from the beginning. Oh, shoot. Is it going to let... Okay. How do I do this on Instagram? Okay, let's see.
It's so wrong. It is life.
Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to mute this, and I'm going to let it play out. And we'll get to the beginning. I'm going to take it off screen. I'll watch it in the corner, and then we'll show it. So he is a young political activist. Oh, you know what I think I can do? Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm an elder millennial, so...
It took me 20 minutes to figure this out.
Okay, I think I have it at the beginning now. I think I just had to refresh the page. So, okay.
Campus event in Utah. Charlie Kirk has passed.
This is a live stream.
By Trump on Truth Social.
A live stream. This was all live. This isn't fake, guys. This was live.
Doesn't deserve that, man. Him and his family, they don't deserve that. Listen. His kids don't fucking deserve that, man. His wife and children were in attendance, dude. Imagine, you know, imagine being a 12-year-old, you know, watching your dad fucking die. Nobody deserves that. Not even Charlie Kirk. Nobody deserves that.
It goes on a little bit longer, but he got a lot of shit from other liberals because he reacted that way.
Oh my.
And he did a video later addressing it because he lost like a lot of followers and support because of he was live on a show when he got the message. He is the Charlie Kirk of the left. So he has millions of followers. Very nice setup. I'm in my bedroom. He's obviously not in his bedroom, right? You know, like really nice setup. That was his genuine reaction.
But that is a normal.
That is a normal reaction.
That is a normal reaction to have, even if it's your so-called enemy or nemesis or whatever. Like they would have
empathy.
Yeah,
exactly. It's called empathy, and
understanding that human beings are complex and opinions are just like assholes. Everyone's got one. They're all subject to change.
Like what happened to when I was like, I'm 43. So I remember when I was younger, you could have debates with people and it not turn into something like now.
Yeah.
Now you can't even have a different opinion, or you've got fear of being attacked or canceled or doxxed.
Unalived or I mean, I'm telling you, Alicia, I'll be comfortable saying it now after, I don't know if I told you this, Paula, and I've gotten many threats, but a lot of us got threats after that, shut up or die. And I know a lot of the bigger, and I'm a small fries compared to Charlie Kirk. And I know a lot of the bigger ones also got the same messages. And I don't know if it's just a bunch of sick people fucking with us, but
even if it is a bunch of sick people, you gotta take it serious.
Yeah, because I mean, and for me, it's because I've gotten a lot of threats from like the religious groups in the past because of my challenge of the Bible. Never challenged God. You ladies have watched me. Have I ever challenged the belief in God?
Nope, never.
I challenge the dogmatic beliefs of a system.
Yeah.
But and that's the thing, like that's the nuance, right? Like I still very much believe in God. I have a very strong faith in God. I have a very strong moral compass. But because I question this one little aspect of belief, which is the Bible, that means that I should not be here, that I should be unalived. Did Jesus or Yahshua ever unalive people?
For a belief? I mean, how hypocritical.
Yeah. And then you have the left with Charlie Kirk. If you have a coexist bumper sticker on the back of your car and you're celebrating this man's passing, then not only are you the epitome of evil, but you're a hypocrite too. And if you want to censor people who say things that hurt your feelings, let you guys know I study history all the time. Let me just give you a little hint. Little clue, context clue from history. If you want to censor somebody for saying something you don't like, you know who's the next to get censored? You. Yep. That's why censorship is a dangerous game.
Oh, yeah. Very, very dangerous.
And if you start allowing one group to get censored, it's only a matter of time before you are also censored.
Yeah. And then we're all going to be living in 1984.
Yeah, now none of us are going to be able to breathe. We have to breathe when we're told how to breathe. We have to live. It's going to be Orwellian.
Mm-hmm.
This is when you want to remove somebody simply for their beliefs or their opinions. that is equivalent to thought police.
And like, I can understand if he was a violent person or somebody that, you know, was aggressive and causing dramas and whatever, but he was just simply having debates with people. I'm just gobsmacked that this has happened. And this is why it feels so different, because it's like, what is going on? If somebody like that, who is just going to universities and having healthy debates, and this is that, what an incredible way of learning. I mean, my girls are learning that at school right now, how to have healthy debates and how to, you know, have differences of opinion and still respect people, but kind of play around with different ideas. And that is so healthy to do. And he was teaching people how to do that in a respectful way. And this is what he gets. What is this world coming to?
You know, and as far as opinions, like, opinions are on a sliding scale anyway. And I'm sure that you, all three of us, you know, look back 20 years, I don't believe the same things I believed then that I do now. I'm still at the heart of my core of my being the same person. I still have the same morals, but my opinions about things have altered and changed. And so to take somebody out just for their opinion in that moment is really inhumane and is really just pure evil. And you're right, but he never hurt anybody. In fact, I've watched him do a lot of the transgender debates, and he believes a lot of the same thing I think a lot of us believe. Just don't mess with kids.
Exactly. Take the kids out of it. That's all.
Just don't mess with kids. If you're 18, 19, 20 years old and you want to start that road, you can.
Yeah, you do that.
I still think that's too young, because I think your brain needs to be fully developed, but by law, you're a legal adult. But when you are a child, we all go through phases as kids. I never questioned my sexuality or my gender as a kid, but I went through goth phases, and I went through like preppy, like we all go through different phases when we're trying to find ourselves at that age.
Exactly.
And when you're growing, your body is changing. It's confusing anyway. Like, you feel weird anyway when you're growing boobs and all that kind of stuff. And so I can understand how in that vulnerable state, like, thank God that wasn't an issue when we were kids. Like, that wasn't really a thing. Because if you have a parent with a mental disability, mental illness, that can be magnified when it's just something that's going to fix itself in a few years anyway.
Exactly.
And I saw Charlie say that if you're 18, you do you, but don't mess with children. We have to, as a community. And I think most logical, and I know a lot of Democrats who believe that too, because it's practical, it's logical. You can't get a tattoo until you're 18. In America, you can't drink alcohol until you're 21. You can't drive a car in certain states. My state, you have to be 16 to drive a car. You can't rent a car unless you're 25. So why are we allowing people to do life-altering surgeries?
Which is permanent.
Permanent.
Exactly.
Change their body chemistry. And I watched him have a couple of conversations. There were some films, you know, it's all popping up again, with people who were detransitioning, that were talking to him, and the level of compassion he had for those people, the level of empathy and the kindness he had for the abuse they had been through, was unparalleled.
It's like a modern day Jesus.
I was about to say, if we want to say Christian, like, he probably is the best example of living with love, loving everyone,
Yeah.
you know, regardless of differences. And
I mean, he was even nice to the ones who would attack him. Sure, he would get a little snot, you know, but he was never, I feel, disrespectful to them when they were just going at him constantly.
yeah.
And
I even watched some where someone were being eaten, and they walk away with the mic and be like, "Hey, you want a hat?" Like, he would like offer, like, you know. And I just, I was telling Paula, Alicia, before you signed on, that whenever you hear of somebody's spouse, especially a man, you guys can call me sexist if you want, or chauvinistic, but this is just honestly where my mind goes. When you hear of like a man suddenly passing with a young wife and young children, my immediate thought is finances. And I think my immediate thought is because I want the wife to be able to grieve without having to worry about that. Like, but of course, as the wife, she's got to grieve, and she's got to make sure her children are okay, and she's got to also provide. And I think someone had posted, I told you, Paula, that Elon Musk had already taken care of that for them. And so regardless of how you feel about Elon Musk, the fact that that little weirdo, who we love because of the audits, it took a little weirdo like that to do that, that obviously that was probably his thought too. And he thought, how can I serve this family in this moment? It's going to make their life easier. I'm going to make sure she's okay so that she has the space to go through.
That's such a beautiful thing to do.
It really is. Yeah.
If I had the money, I would do it. I would absolutely. Actually, Todd made fun of me the other day because we were talking about finances, and he goes, if you got too wealthy, you would just give it all. I'm like, I know, because that's how you can help people, right? Like, you can just be of service to another human, but you can't take the pain away.
No,
And bring the person back to life.
To relieve them of financial stress is a huge burden to be taken off her shoulders.
So that she could be in her.
It's such a kind thing for him to do.
And no one asked him to, he just did it. We know he's getting the Presidential Medal of Honor post-mortem.
Yes. Yeah.
And I just wanted, for people who are still celebrating, I have a question for you. We all have opinions, all of us. That's all our thoughts are just opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Some of us have opinions that don't really matter. Like, I like pineapple on pizza. I know some people don't like pineapple. Like, there's some favorite colors, favorite books. Those are opinions that don't really matter. But I know some of us have opinions. Every single person watching this has an opinion that, if you said it out loud, would trigger someone. So I ask you, if you're celebrating, imagine that you got unalived for just saying your opinion. Is that fair? No, it's not. He got unalived for being a human being.
Yeah.
And I think he's one of the reasons why this country was saved. I really do. Even though I don't agree with a lot of what he said, I think he was the reason why people were felt free enough to challenge the establishment and to start questioning things. And so he did a lot for our country so that we could be free.
Yeah.
Glad he did.
Yeah.
And I watched Candace Owens' little video earlier today, just showing she just wanted to show some beautiful memories that she had with Charlie Kirk, and I was just bawling my eyes out. I was just like, oh my God, it was just beautiful. And just a shout out to all the people that have been putting up some really beautiful memories, and for people that didn't know him, we didn't know him personally, obviously, but we just want to help share the message that he did make a big difference. He touched people's lives. He had a really good impact on so many people. And yeah, this is just huge.
And we're not stopping. And I want to give a special appreciation to, as Alicia was saying, all of the Democrats like Dean who have spoken up and said, not okay. I'm embarrassed by my party right now. This is not okay. I know for you guys that was harder to do than it is for us. We've already been canceled by the left many times. LOL, we're still here, right? Like, many times. So we're used to it. I know you're not. And so the fact that you potentially lost your friends over doing the right thing, I just want to acknowledge as three ladies who are more on the, we'll say, freedom side of things. I know Alicia and I, as Americans, I think I can speak for you. We 100% support the Constitution.
100%.
100%. And that's what a conservative is. I want to remind people, a conservative politically does not mean that you are a trad wife, although there's nothing wrong with being a trad wife, or following traditional values. You are conservative because you want to conserve the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm a conservative. I live with a man. I live with a man in sin. Alicia's married to a woman. If you saw, I teach yoga. If you saw us on the street, Alicia, people would think we were liberals, right?
Oh yeah. Whenever someone finds out that I'm a gay conservative woman, I'm like the unicorn because they just can't believe it.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, I just want to conserve the Constitution. Like, that's all I'm going to do. And that's why the conservative party does attract a lot of very conservative religious people because of our freedom of religion. And even though I disagree wholeheartedly with fundamentalist Christianity, if you're not, as long as you're not hurting anybody, I will fight for your right to believe that, because I don't want anybody taking my beliefs away from. I don't want anybody coming in and shutting down my yoga studio. So
Right.
I'm going to extend that do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That does not mean that I'm not going to sit on my channel and challenge some of your beliefs, but I'm still going to support the candidate and the politician that's going to allow you to have those beliefs. Because if I try to censor your beliefs, it's only a matter of time before my beliefs are censored.
Exactly.
And I'm very live and let live. Listen, if you want to worship, I've said this before, if you want to worship fairies, if your religious belief is to worship, run around naked in your backyard worshiping fairies, sounds like a good time. Wink at me.
Sounds
You
fun.
know, sounds fun, right? Like,
Yeah.
that is what this,
Tell me when.
our
Yeah.
I know, right? Sounds a lot more fun than church. So,
Yeah. I'll run around barefoot with you.
Yeah. I might not get naked because
Yeah, I might not be naked, but I'll run around with you.
I'm a little too
I'll wear a
old for that.
dress that's flowing in the air.
I mean, like, I'm fit, but I am 42, so the boobs aren't as perky as they used to be. So I will, if you got the body to flaunt it, great. But but hey, nudists call it. And he's like, as long as you're not walking around naked in front of kids, and that's what this country was founded on.
Exactly.
Ancestors, our forefathers had just come, the Europeans had just come from like wars of religions where people were being burned at the stake and having their heads chopped off and hung for simply believing in a different form of the same religion. A different form of the same religion. Our forefathers were smart enough to be like, oh, no, we're not going to do this anymore. We're separation of church and state. And that's one thing, Charlie, I will say, even though Charlie was very religious, that's what I saw from him. He was very religious. He had his own religious beliefs, but he recognized the separation of church and state.
Yeah.
He recognized that he could hold his religious beliefs in his home, but his religious beliefs could not negatively impact or censor other people's beliefs. I respect that. Because you're respecting the Constitution in that moment. Our forefathers did absolutely believe in a creator. You see that. In my opinion, the Declaration of Independence is one of the most magnificent works of literature. I know it's a letter, it's a breakup letter, but in my opinion, it's a work of literature. It's one of the most magnificently written. It's a breakup. I mean, it's literally like, it's your fault, not ours.
Right.
Certain inalienable rights that all men are created equal. I mean, duh, no shit. To life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. They believe that we are endowed with these rights by our creator. They didn't say specifically what religion that creator should be worshipped through, but that there was a creator. And that creator was the person, the entity, the being that ordained life. And because of that, we are equal. We have life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. So therefore, if this creator gives life equally to people, there is no such thing as elitism. There is no such thing as a freaking monarchy. Every job somebody gets, they've earned through hard work and merit. And that's what Charlie also, you can tell by the way he did his debates, believed in as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for Alicia and I, we might not look like the stereotypical conservatives, but we want to conserve the Constitution because we believe in freedom.
Yeah.
I believe you should be able to speak your mind, even if your opinion triggers me, even if I think your opinion is stupid. You should still have the right to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Even if your opinion hurts my feelings.
Yeah, exactly. I still want you to say it.
Yeah.
Because it's your feelings.
Yeah.
Let me sit with it for a little bit and find out why it bothers me.
Right. And I've heard a lot of gay conservatives say that, like, that they're not bothered by the fact that a lot of conservatives don't believe in the lifestyle, but I've heard of a lot of them say, you're welcome to believe that. I still love you as a person, and this is the country we live in, and so you're welcome. How does that feel for you? Do you believe that as well, Alicia? That even though it might hurt to hear that, it's still people, as long as you're not hurting.
I know that deep down in my heart and in my soul, no matter what, I don't feel it's wrong, and they're okay to have their opinion. And maybe they'll have that moment where they wake up and they're like, oh, I was wrong. Or maybe they won't. And maybe it will come when they pass on and they know everything and whatever. But I'm okay with that. They can have that opinion.
They're not hurting you physically.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're not hurting somebody physically, as long as you're not trying to control somebody, coerce somebody.
Or berate somebody,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm attracted to a certain type of man. You know, does that make me that I've always dated like super white guys, I mean, that are edgy, like, you know, Todd's got red hair and blue eyes and he's covered in
Yeah.
tattoos and skateboards. That's just what every guy I've ever dated has been kind of edgy like that and they've been white. Does that
I know
make
my daughter and I keep joking that we just seem to go for the tradies. They're just hot.
you have a type,
Hard-working
right?
man.
So does that mean that I'm like a racist because I've never dated a black man? No.
Exactly.
I think there are lots of attractive black men, but I am attracted to a particular look and a particular. I also like men who have like lean muscles. I don't like the Guido type. Like, that's just my opinion. A lot of women do. I don't like the men that are just like, oh, that are so muscly they can't put their arms down. Like, I want to,
Yeah.
I like the yoga bodies. Makes sense, right? Because I practice yoga. That makes sense. That makes sense. So we all have our preferences. Does that make us, just because a woman is always dating a white man or a woman is always dating a black man, does that make them racist? No, it's just what you're attracted to. Doesn't mean that you value somebody's over the other person. So it's freaking ridiculous. And it's just, I feel like we've just gotten so dumb. But I do, even though I hate, not a huge fan of the Bible, there does in the book of Revelation, it does talk about this. There's going to come a time where good is evil and evil is good, and that where you are not going to no longer going to be able to hide your feelings. You will have to make a stand. And so I think right now what we're seeing is we're seeing the people with souls from both both the left and the right, and then we're seeing the psychopaths on both the left and the right. I wanted to play another video quickly that Davy Jackson did. He's been on my channel before. He was in the Shiny Happy People cult. He is a survivor and he's a comedian now. And comedians, they don't like to get political. But with Davey, I'm proud of him for making a stand because I know he lost followers too. And so I'm gonna play Davey's. Oh my God, did it lose it? Hold on, guys. Let me go find it.
What a cute puppy dogs.
Oh, I know, that's my friend. Let's see here. Let me find him again. Y'all, sorry. I'm a I am a millennial, an elder millennial. Davy Jackson. Did I say Davy Jones? I think I meant Davy Jackson. Where is
Davy Jones, yeah.
I hope this is the right video. Sorry, guys. I know the Gen Xers are Zers, not Xers. Xers are like me. Gen Zers are probably like cringing at the way I'm working social media, but I think this is the one.
Kirk today in Utah is absolutely unconscionable. Charlie was gunned down at his own speaking event by a radicalized liberal. Do not let the media try to tell you that this was a supporter that was celebrating and their pew pew accidentally went off. And yes, that was actually suggested by an actual news outlet. If you have ever advocated for violence against another human being purely based on their political affiliation, you are the problem. If you are celebrating what happened to Charlie Kirk, you are evil. If this is your hero, what the fuck is wrong with you? What happened to Charlie Kirk is tragic, but it's also terrifying because this incident is radicalizing people in real time. I'm not Democrat or Republican, but what happened to Charlie Kirk today in Utah is absolutely...
Yeah, it's radicalizing people.
Yeah.
It's radicalizing people. And I will say, I've joked about it before, but I'm saying this is all sincerity now. United States, I think, as well as Australia, a lot of countries, most countries, especially big countries geographically. Australia is a big country geographically. America is a big country. It's made up of mostly small towns. We think about the big cities, but a lot of America, you live in a smaller town, Alicia, a lot of America is smaller towns. And with smaller towns, you get definitely a more we call them like rednecks, I'll say. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. And in America, a lot of these people have pew pews, right? Like they have a lot of pew pews. They know how to use them. And in the United States Constitution, we are granted the freedom to form a militia if our government goes tyrannical. That is in our Constitution. That's why in North Carolina, when Helena hit, those North Carolina men were able to put the FEMA directors into citizens arrest because our Constitution grants us that permission. That's why they didn't get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
So we have these militias like all over the United States that have been training, preparing, because we're watching the state of what's happening. And I've said many times that we have to give a lot of respect to like the rednecks because they've been very cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah.
They're trying to do law and order. They do not want to have, but they're training in case they have to. And what Davy Jackson said is really important. This is radicalizing people.
Yeah.
And I don't think that these cool, calm, and collected conservatives are going to be as cool, calm, and collected anymore because you've pushed them to the limit.
Yeah.
And for the radical left, you did this to yourself. You did.
This is 100% is a step gone too far.
And so people start fighting back. We didn't start the fight. They're going to end it. And trust me, if something happens or against this radicalized group, it's going to last 5 minutes. You don't want to mess with these people. They are trained to take care of this stuff. That's why these men arrested the FEMA officers and like went up Appalachian Mountain on foot on horse, which is hard to do. I don't even know if I could do it. I exercise all the time, the amount of labor that these men did, because I am not stupid enough to believe that an XX chromosome body is going to have the same raw strength in an XY chromosome body. I know that's controversial. It's crazy that's controversial.
I know.
Yeah.
Frankly, as a straight female who has two X chromosomes, I'm attracted to the XY chromosome because they're stronger than me. That's part of why I'm attracted to men, right? That feel safe. But I know I'm not that illogical to know that as fit as I am, there's certain men that are always going to be able to dominate because of that Y chromosome and those hormones. That's just, maybe that's because we were the last generation girls of logic.
Yeah. It's just scientific fact.
It's science, right? I can push a baby out of my body. They can't do that, but they can hike up Appalachian Mountain and bring supplies, carry 100 pounds of supplies on their back. I probably can't do that, right? You know, like,
Yeah.
it's just science, right? Like, that's just how it is. But for the radicalized left, I don't think you understand these people will end this in 5 minutes, and it's not going to look good for you. That's not like a threat or anything. I'm just saying this is logic, right? Like, this is just,
we're just going to defend what's ours. We
Right.
have, just don't come for me. Don't come in my space. Don't try to hurt me. Don't try to silence me. I won't do the same thing to you. But if you do, I have the right to defend myself, period.
Absolutely. I was told yesterday, because of the threat I got, not to leave the house. So yesterday I stayed in the house the whole day. I didn't go outside. It was terrible. I didn't even get to, just because there was the fact that this could even happen where we can't even feel safe enough is ridiculous. When was the last time a radicalized conservative did this? Took somebody out that didn't agree with him?
It's never happened.
I don't think it's ever happened.
Yeah.
When was the last time a radicalized conservative took one of these to a school? It's always the Democrats. Every single one of them. All the school these, it's radicalized leftists.
Even if you did get rid of those, they would still get them. Because they're not right. Even if you could have a magical wish to make them all just disappear, there would be something else that would be used.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not, the radicalized left is the one that wants this controlled, but they're the ones that have the problem with it. It's never a conservative. And trust me, I grew up in a very conservative family. We are conservative politically. We have two here at our place. My parents had them growing up.
Oh, yeah. My dad taught us all about safety. At my grandparents' house, there was underneath the sofa, in the closet, under the bed. They were
everywhere.
We were shooting I think I was 5 or 6 years old, going out in the back of my grandfather's field, shooting, learning how to use a 22.
It was, and I knew, and my friends growing up, my friends' parents, same thing, everywhere, all over the house.
Right.
But we knew that if we touched them without permission,
we were going to get a good spanking.
We were going to get beaten.
Yeah.
That was serious. And so tell me, riddle me that, Batman. How is it, and all my friends' parents were all conservative too, they're all Republican. How is it that all of these Republican families could literally have them just lying around and not one issue? Not one issue. But yet you have the radicalized leftist, and because their feelings are hurt, they're going to take that and eliminate human life. But yet this is the side that wants to take everything away, wants to get rid of the Second Amendment. But you're the ones with a problem. So if you have a problem, then don't own one of those. You know, it's just so, because we have them here at our house, and when I was dealing with my stalker a couple of years ago, YouTube's a fun place. I'm sure Charlie Kirk knew he had threats. This is just my perspective. He's probably had so many threats. I'm small fries compared to him. And I know the amount of threats I've gotten. At some point, you do kind of get a little bit immune to it. I was more shooken about the one I got after Charlie because it was so fresh and a bunch of people got him. That's why I was a little bit shaken up over that. But after a while, you kind of become immune to him because you get him so much. You know, and it's like, this is just fucking crazy. Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy that this is even a video we have to do, that we have to try to justify why you should have empathy for this man. And honestly, this is my opinion, the ones that are celebrating and the ones that believe he's really alive, I think you're OPs.
Yeah.
I don't think you have a soul.
I saw where people were saying it's, planned or whatever, and he's still alive. And I was like, here we go again. Just another thing for them to harp on.
Just another disassociation psychosis. You need to be in a psych ward at this point. Congratulations. If you believe that Charlie Kirk is alive, then you have fallen hook, line, and sinker for the cabal again. Again, you fell for this Illuminati. Again.
Well, I don't know what kind of people would plan something like that in front of his family, his little
and then put the video online for people to see and be traumatized by. Yeah. You're sick. If you believe Charlie Kirk is still alive, you're sick. You are mentally sick, and you need to be hospitalized. You're in psychosis. Mm-hmm. And you've been put in psychosis intentionally. I've been screaming about this for years now. The first time I started realizing it is when people on Telegram were calling for the unaliving of the royal children. And I thought, whoa, wait a minute. What about protect kids?
Right.
What about that? Like, so you're telling me, protect kids, but the kids you believe are worthy of being protected. Well, darling, you're no different from the cabal then, because they play the same game. They protect the kids they want to protect, the elite kids.
All kids should be protected. Every single one of them. Children.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if their last name is Mountbatten. It doesn't matter if their last name is Windsor. They are children. Children. Just like the children who were abducted in America. These are children. Mm-hmm. And the fact that these so-called truthers are so psychotic, and that's what makes me, I just, 99% of what the truthers believe is worse than the cabal. It's worse. You're worse. You're more evil than the actual cabal. Some stuff I've seen on Telegram, and these people telling you that this is all a psyop, that this isn't real, these are people that have been telling you shit for 5 years that has never come true.
Exactly.
Never. They tell you that they're X 3-letter agencies and that you're going to get your NASARA check tomorrow for 5 fucking years. Wake up. Wake up before it is too late. I did a video yesterday with Todd and Catherine, and we talked about the veil. And I was trying to get Todd to say more because he says more off camera. And I asked him, is the truth or community service to self or service to others? It's service to self. Because you're serving yourself. It's wild to me, the level of narcissism to think that President Trump, a human being who's got to worry about the country, making sure the country is safe, and all that entails his own children, his own wife, his own grandchildren, that for some reason you're the priority?
Yeah. Well, it's delusion.
Like little Dolly in Iowa, who's gaining weight by the way, not taking care of herself, not paying her credit card bills because Trump's going to save her.
Yeah, he's got bigger things to worry about.
I'm not delusional enough, nor do I have a grandiose opinion of myself to think that I'm a priority to President Trump. I know that I'm a priority in the sense that we're Americans and we're all collectively, he's trying to protect us. Collectively, he's trying to help us with our country. Collectively, but I'm not.
But he's got a big mess to clean up.
A big mess. He's not. He's generally trying to save the country, and he's probably trying to save the country more for his own grandchildren. That's probably the motivation behind it, more than anything.
I mean, that's
And you can't blame him for that.
No.
Yeah.
Money. He wants his grandchildren to live in a good country, and I can't fault him for that.
nope.
Yeah.
He is not sitting in the White House every day going, I wonder if I should send Bryce money. I wonder if we should. No. We should get that med bed to her. No. No. So I'm seeing such a rise in like psychotic narcissism, malignant, Machiavellian like narcissism on both sides, both extremes, because the truther side, the extreme right, is exactly the same as the woke side of the left. They do the same things.
I wonder if this is all a part of the awakening, though, for this
Hopefully.
separation to start happening.
Because they will cancel you. The truthers will cancel you faster than the woke side will cancel you. At least the people celebrating, this is going to sound terrible, but at least the people celebrating understand he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get back to reality. This is a war. No one's capitulated. You're crazy if you think people have capitulated. The negative side doesn't capitulate. Because to capitulate is a service to others act. And they are trying to go service to self. They're going to keep fighting back until the very end. And if your service to others, your job is to not martyr yourself. Your job is to not just submit. Your job is to stand up and fight for what's right. And in honor, I'm actually thinking about getting a Charlie Kirk t-shirt. I would have never done that before this.
The freedom one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said the same thing this morning.
I would have never done that before this, but now.
But now, yeah, it's like you just
Absolutely.
want to show that support.
He
And
was a good man.
I'm so glad that he's getting that award from President Trump, the freedom, because
And I
he
just
deserves that.
I hope his children know how incredibly awesome their dad was and how much of a patriot their father was. And I hope that they grow up to be proud of their father, even though sadly they might not have many memories of him because they're so young.
They'll have those good videos. Did you see? I think it was Liberty University. I think it was yesterday. They had like a vigil. Everyone came out. I mean, it looked like the entire school came out to pray for him. And I know there were some vigils in Tennessee because he recently came to UT and had everyone talking there. So they had some vigils for him here too.
There
That's
was
so
one
good.
vigil my Todd loved because they were doing a vigil and a guy drove by on a scooter and started saying like nasty things. And again, a bunch of the men, he was on a scooter and the men caught him.
We're going to find out.
That's what I'm telling you guys. What Davy Jackson was saying. Be careful.
Mm.
Because at least our side knows what bathroom to go into. We're not confused. We know right from wrong, and we know respect.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
So, and I want to say before we sign off, I know I said this before we start filming, I really want to thank the Australians, Sky News. You sent me that clip, Paula, and to see the anchors on Sky News get emotional. That one woman was having a really hard time anchors are they're supposed to be very non-emotional. They're supposed to be but to watch her fight back her tears and to see the response from the Australian people has been incredible. And I hope that Erica, his wife, his widow, feels that. Like, I know it's probably easy to get caught up in all the people celebrating, but I hope that despite that, I hope she realizes that's a minority of people and the mass majority of people, so many, I'm getting chill bumps, so many Hollywood celebrities who are like hate Trump made videos yesterday sending their condolences to Charlie Kirk. And so I hope that Erica is feeling that love from people. And I hope she can get some good therapy.
Yes.
And good healing. And I hope that, I know they flew his body back on Air Force Two. So JD Vance and Usha Vance flew to Utah in Air Force Two, and he flew back into Arizona in Air Force Two. So I know that they are being, I'm hoping that they've got the security they need, that she's got security at this point, his wife. That's something as a taxpayer I would not, I don't know if I can speak for you, Alicia, but as a taxpayer, I would not mind if they take some of our taxes
I'm fine with that.
to give her security
Yes.
right now, and her kids' security right now.
You want to say hi? This is Oakley.
That's your little girl. Where's Thor?
He's over there drinking some water. They were just playing under my feet.
Thor is hysterical. Thor is the guru, you guys. When Alicia takes my Zoom classes, sometimes Thor will like sit there on the sofa, and I can see, I like how I watch him the whole time. And he just judges Alicia.
He
Like,
does.
you see him sitting on the chair just like looking at her working out, and he's just like judging her harshly. And so many times I always say it's my favorite. She'll be like in plank or something, and she'll move her computer down, and all of a sudden the dogs will get up and like stand over her. So I've just got this butthole like right in the camera. Like, it's just fantastic.
There he is.
Hi, Thor. There he is. So, all right. Well, this was an impromptu video, you guys. I know I have to get off in a minute, but I know we're going to be filming maybe next week and talking about Reiki. And next week there's going to be a lot of videos, guys, because and I thank you guys for giving us space. I know a lot of content creators have kind of did posts for a while just out of respect. We don't really know, because that's what Charlie Kirk was, right? He was a content creator. Like, we don't, and I know Midwest Night Watchers, they'll be back on next week. Again, they canceled their Wednesday night show too because of this, and then we agreed to not film Thursday, film next Thursday instead, just because we just didn't feel like it was appropriate given the circumstances. So, all right, you guys. Well, Alicia, I know this is kind of weird to say, but yes, you guys know we have Fusion Body Studio. So, Alicia, what's your code if people want 20%?
It's Alicia, ALICIA. Number is 18. And then, of course, it's capital.
All capitals. That will be down in the description box. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to join us we'd love to have you. We do have our next talk call where we talk on the 21st, Sunday the 21st at 4 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be talking about weight loss. And we're going to be talking about like the mechanics, the alchemy of movement, how different exercises work within the body, anaerobic, aerobic, isometric hold. Like, what does this all mean? And how do you educate yourself on how to like support your body, knowing just like different foods give different reactions to the body, different exercise also give different reactions to the body. And so if you start to understand what all these things mean, it can help you have that knowledge to be able to create your own path forward for what your body needs at this moment. So that's what we're going to be doing on the 21st. It's going to be a live call, so you can ask questions on the studio. And as always, guys, you do get the first 7 days for free anyway. So if you use Alicia's discount code, you'll get the first 7 days for free. And then if you decide you want to stick around because you like it, you'll get 20% off your first 6 months with us. So anything else you want to say, ladies, before we sign off? I know it's late for you too, Paula.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be heading off to bed.
So
it was great to chat to you both, and just to kind of and send love and to his family, and to the whole world, really, to the whole of America and the whole world. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.